Yo, what up? How's it going? And welcome back for another video. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to play Twitch reroll comp. This is the Twitch vertical Chemtech comp on patch 11.23 is when I'm filming this. But as long as this isn't balance changed, this should be good the whole set. And I can't imagine this build would change too much because just of how the synergies work throughout the set. So this can be your Chemtech Twitch reroll guide for a long time. So normally when I make these types of guides, I have a bunch of different slides and I have a bunch of like, this is how you play early game, this is how you play mid game, this is how you play late game, how you do the transition, some different variations. But this comp is extremely easy and it's a one cost reroll build. So I don't need all of that. So let's just get right into it. So this is the Twitch vertical Chemtech comp. I like to call it the King of Rats comp because, you know, my man Twitch is going to be carrying this comp. So our item start is going to be glove, sword, bow. Our augments that we can start out in the early game, or augments that are going to be good for this comp are going to be Knives Edge. So good. I had tier 3 last night, freest win of my life. Instant injection, especially since we're running a bunch of Chemtechs. Very, very, very strong. Celestial and Thrill is very good. Very synergistic with Chemtech as you do stay alive for a long time. Adding some sustain on top of that is very good. And also, you know, it's kind of a high damage comp in a way, you know, with Twitch. So he can really use Thrill and Celestial. And Chemtech Overload is fine. On the current patch I'm playing on, it's just not that amazing, but at some point it'll be very strong. And it's fine since you're running a lot of Chemtechs, but I prefer Instant Injection over Chemtech Overload of the two Chemtech augments that you can go there. The core units are Twitch, Singed, and Echo, and to a lesser degree, Zach and List. So let's talk about why we're playing vertical Chemtechs and we're not playing like Force Sin or anything like that. The reason why we're playing vertical Chemtechs is because the units just naturally synergize with each other. And that's why I was talking about earlier is that I can't imagine this build would change too much. And so the core units that I listed was Twitch, Echo, and Singed. So Twitch is obviously the carry. So he's the one doing the damage. I don't need to explain that. But Echo and Singed have a very good synergy because Echo casts his ultimate, which is the area of effect that slows attack speed. He casts it on the most units. So let's say Echo jumps back here and he casts it on the back line. Well, Singed ult, the way he works is he tosses a unit to the most units, to the most populated spot on the board, right? So basically you could just get everybody in one spot pretty easily. Now, why does that mean we're going to do vertical Chemtech? Because who also does that? Zach does that. Zach pulls units together. So you just put Zach on the same side as your Echo and on next to your Singed, and everything is just going to keep getting clumped together. Now, what unit does really well when things are clumped together? Well, Twitch does pretty good. You know, Lysandra does pretty well when the units are all clumped together. So that's another one that does really well. Victor does really well when they're all clumped together. So the point is like, why not play vertical Chemtech? You know, Chemtech in a lot of builds is kind of a fake trait once you get up to the higher ends, but in this build specifically, the units just synergize so well together, you might as well just play Chemtech, and you really don't need any more damage on Twitch, especially if you get Knives Edge, especially if you get Instant Injection, or you get any type of offensive augment, and as long as you have an Infinity Edge, you're pretty good to go. Now, Echo is very important in this comp. I would rather have an Echo 1 than a Talon 3, and that is no cap in this comp. So yeah, so those are the core units. Let's talk about some items. So Twitch items, we're going to be doing crit for obvious reasons. We're an assassin, so we want to do IE. And then we want Shred plus defensive or damage. So Shred, I really like Last Whisper because we just get more crit scaling, right? Twitch does end up hitting frontline a lot because the way he gets positioned, which we'll talk about in a minute. And third item, I really like a defensive. I really like GA. You know, you can go BT here instead. But a lot of times you can get healing from your augment. So I do really like GA because the problem with Twitch is he is incredibly squishy, incredibly one-shottable. He might be the squishiest champion in the game. I mean, just next time you play, just right-click Twitch and look at his tank stats. I think he has 15 MR, 15 armor, and he starts out with like 600 health or 500 health or something. He is so squishy, so squishy. So I do really like GA as third item, and these are my two damage amp. But you can go Giant Slayer, you can go Rage Blade. But if you don't have like GA, stage 5 is going to be very difficult for you. Cool. So Singed items is tank. He's also a decent Morello user, but Echo is going to be Echo and Lysandra are much better users of the item. So, but I did run a Morello on Singed last night because I had to. Just I had to take a Singed from Carousel when it combined into a Morello. But I believe I first placed that, but it still was good. He still has a lot of area of effect. It's just better on Echo or Lysandra. They have a bigger AoE and a little bit more consistent user of the item, and as well as Singe is just better with more tank items. Cool. One thing I do want to note here, if you don't end up hitting Singe 3-star, you can just rotate the items over to Zac or Mundo, and that is perfectly fine. I'll probably say that multiple times in this video. Okay, Echo items are going to be Frozen Heart, Sojin, and Morello. I already explained Morello. Frozen Heart, very good on Echo. Basically, it's so easy. You can just put Echo in front of the Socialite Hex. He's going to jump back there, and he'll Frozen Heart somebody. It's really easy to use Frozen Heart in this set because of Socialite. So if there's a lot of Socialite users, very easy to just position this. If not, you just position it. And now Echo's ultimate is a Frozen Heart in itself. So you might be thinking, well, you know, you're getting low item value there. But you just get the proc initially, like at the very beginning. And then sometimes Echo will not throw it on the back line because they might have a thick front line. So you can just ensure that you're going to get Frozen Heart value. And then if you guess wrong side and Echo's over here and their backline's over here, right? He jumps the wrong side. Well, if there's a bunch of units over there and hopefully Singe is going to toss somebody back there, Zac is going to group them together. Then Echo is just going to cast anyways. And you want to get Echo to have at least like 2 casts in the fight usually, because it does take Twitch a little bit time to ramp up, as well as Echo can give you attack speed. And something Twitch needs, especially the item build we're going, is attack speed. So Echo is just so good. It's so good with these guys. All right, cool. So how do you make the comp? When do you roll? So you can roll it down on 4. So you don't pre-level in the early game, and you just hold econ. If you need to lose a bunch of rounds, that's fine. But you just pick up Twitch and Singed, and you play around, like you might play around Talon in the early game. That's fine too. But you're just picking up Chemtechs, Assassins, and stuff like that. You can maybe play Innovators for a few rounds, but it's kind of, you can splash in Innovator as a tech, but it's kind of weird. It gets you a little bit dizzy. Easier to just play around Chemtechs and just roll on 4 to spike. So I usually roll about to 30 gold to see if I'm going to hit my Twitch and Singed on level 4, because you have really good odds. Usually you do hit. And if you get really close, you can roll a little bit heavier. If you hit a Twitch 3-star, even if you have to roll to 0, I mean, you will win stage 3 for the most part. So, you know, but my general rule of thumb is I roll down to 30 gold, and if I'm really close, then I might roll a little bit more. But if not, I'll just roll to get close on 30, and then I'll econ back up to level 5, and I'll slow roll down, or maybe I roll a little bit hard to win on stage 4. Key thing is, you need to have a Twitch 3-star by the time you get to stage 4, because it is a tempo comp, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. Cool. So you get slow roll on stage 5, or slow roll on level 5, not stage 5. As well, you don't have to roll on 4 to spike, but I do really like rolling on 4 to spike. Twitch is the only 3-star that you need, but Singed is very nice, and Warwick is decent. So you're rolling, and you can hit Warwick. So if you're hitting a lot of Warwicks, that's fine. I typically don't itemize them. I have before, did not feel that amazing. I'd rather just have more tank items, but if you get a bunch of carry items for whatever reason, you can toss some items over here and maybe try to fit in a challenger, maybe do 5 Chemtechs. That could work if you get a 3-star Warwick and you get some nice Warwick items, but I prefer just like amping up my Twitch and just playing no item Warwick. I mean, it's a 3-star unit, it's still going to deal some damage, still going to be nice. But you don't have to hit Singe or Warwick. Remember, you can rotate items from Singe to your tanks, and Warwick does not matter, but if you hit, that's nice. All right, remember, this is a tempo comp, so you typically want to win stage 3 and 4, or just win stage 4 is fine too. This comp can win stage 5, but again, I mean, if people have like legendary comps, you typically will lose to them. It doesn't mean you will. I won last night playing against tons of legendary comps. It doesn't mean that you will. It's just this comp is way more consistent on stage 4, very strong on stage 4, but on stage 5, it can be a little bit tough, especially if you don't have a GA on your Twitch. There's so many ways you can get one shot in the late game. I mean, you can get one shot by like a Seraphine or something, you know what I mean? He's so squishy. So I do really like GA on him. So plan to win stage 4. If you end up not winning stage 4 and you get to stage 5, doesn't mean you will lose, but it is much harder to top 4 or first place in the lobby if you don't win stage 4 or stage 3, because you will just be too weak on stage 5. You'll have a bad matchup, and you could just lose by nature of having a bad matchup. So best bet is to win stage 4. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much the build. So just to recap, you're going to be playing 2 Sin 7 Chemtech because the synergies are so good, or like just what the units do as synergy. Like their synergistic abilities are just so good, not the actual listed synergies. Remember, Echo is so much more important than any other Sin. So good. He buffs your Twitch. He provides utility to this kind of lower utility comp. Very, very, very strong. And then just combo him with all of these guys. Twitch, you need damage amp, you need a GA, and you need some type of shred. One thing I do want to say about positioning, because I forgot to mention positioning. So you see how I have position, just full frontline. Your main tanking, you want Twitch to be kind of near wherever your main tank is, because if you don't know how assassin aggro works, when assassins jump to the backline units, the backline units that are attacking your frontline, once they kill a frontline unit, they will now priority the next closest target, for the most part. So if there's Jin back there and Jin's killing your frontline, and you position Twitch in front of your 0 item 1-star Mundo, well, your Mundo is going to die really fast, and then he's going to turn and start killing your Twitch, right? So you don't want that. So you want to position your Sins on the same side as your tankiest unit, right? And so you'll probably need to swap around every round if you need to. But typically you want Twitch kind of in the middle of the map. You don't want him all the way in the corner, typically how you do Sins, because he's ranged, right? And you don't want him to take aggro. You'd rather another frontline unit take aggro, or you'd rather your other Sin take aggro, right? And so you want to put him in the middle. He's going to kill a backline. He might start killing frontline, but that's why we built a shred item on him, right? And then he'll finish off the backline. Or he might just finish off the backline straight up, even position kind of in the middle. So I usually do middle and then closer to the side of the carries that I want to kill, right? When you're scouting. And then Echo, you just want him in front of their carries. So in front of the Socialite Hex, or just whoever their carries are, that's where you want him, because you're going to get Frozen Heart value. Or you want him to take aggro instead of your Twitch taking aggro once your frontliner dies. All right, that's pretty much it, guys. Very simple guide. One of the easiest builds to play. It is my favorite build to play on the current patch. I'm having a ton of fun, just having a blast playing it. So hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will catch you guys on the next one. And yeah, I'm just going to do some self-plugs here. If you guys want more of me, I stream on Twitch 5 days a week, taking a little bit of break for the holidays. I post a lot of TikToks and YouTube Shorts. I just started my TikTok, but if you like YouTube Shorts and you already watch those, then you don't have to follow me over there, because I post the same content here on YouTube. But if you do like TikToks, I would love to have more followers over there, because it's a little lonely, and I post quite a bit now. And then also I have a Twitter that I post every single day. Also a little lonely over there. So I'd appreciate it if any of you guys came out there. But if you don't do any of that, don't do any of that. It's all good. I like that you just came here and watched my guides, and you know, you gas me up by commenting and liking all my videos and all the good stuff. And to that end, if you comment, I reply to every single comment that is worth commenting on. Some comments are not worth it, but I do read all the comments. And then if you leave something thoughtful, I will always get back to you. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys have a good night and a good day. And yeah, you know, stay well, guys. See ya. Bye.